Welcome to Barbie Horse Adventures Wild Horse Rescue. Options. Change volume. Change music volume. Vibration function on. Vibration function on. New game. It's great to get away from the city. I've been looking forward to this all year.
Fresh air. I can't wait to see those beautiful mountains again. Me too. There's nothing like a weekend of horseback riding.
Look out, nature. Here we come. Silver Valley Stables. This is it.
Welcome back, girls.
Hi, Mrs. Hepburn.
I'm so glad you're here. You made it just before the rain.
Rain? But it's such a beautiful day.
It's the horses. They always know when a storm's brewing.
Well, you guys are nice and dry. But what about the horses in the corral, Mrs. Hepburn?
Don't worry, Barbie. Horses don't mind a little rain. Let me show you to your rooms. It's going to be a long day tomorrow.
Good morning, Mrs. Hepburn. The horses were right. There was a storm. It was blowing all night.
I know, Barbie. And that's not all. The corral's empty. The wind must have blown open the gate.
The horses could be anywhere. I know, Mrs. Hepburn. We can help you find them. Teresa, Christy, you start searching the riding school and I'll take the trails.
That's a great idea, Barbie. Sure thing.
Mrs. Hepburn, maybe you should stay here in case anyone calls or one of the horses comes wandering back. I'll go and saddle up.
Oh, Barbie, how can I ever thank you?
No problem.
If you want to change your outfit, look for the dressing room. It has red doors.
Use the directional buttons or left analog stick to choose an item of clothing. Press the X button to choose a different jacket. Press the X button to choose some different pants. Press the X button to choose some different boots. Press the X button to choose a different hat. Press the X button to choose.
Barbie, why don't you head to the stables and pick out a horse? The stables are located in the courtyard by the dressing room.
You can choose a different horse to ride on the trails in here. Let's make our horse look extra special. Use the directional buttons or left analog stick to see all the different things we can change about the horse. That's a great choice. Great! She looks beautiful. What a pretty horse! That's a great choice. You can choose a different horse to ride on the trails in here.
Well done. Sometimes you will need to explore areas on foot, so you'll need to get off your horse. To do this, press the triangle button again, and you will climb down.
Good girl.
Great job! Now, press the triangle button to mount your horse and start riding the trails. Great job! Now, press the triangle button to mount your horse and start riding the trails. That's great! You're ready to leave the stables. Good work, Barbie. Why don't you look for the entrance to the first forest trail? I think this is the first place you should look for the missing horses.
The friendship meter shows us how happy our horse is. When it starts to go down, it means our horse needs some attention. She may be hungry or thirsty, or just want to be cleaned or patted. That's a good horse. Look, there's a foal. To rescue a foal, get off the horse and walk up to it. When we're close to the foal, press the circle button to pet the foal and gain its trust. Let's lead the foal to the nearest safe point where we can tie it up. Follow the arrow to get to the closest safe point. Hi, Teresa. I found a foal on the trail. Look, a key has appeared. Press the X button to use the key to open the gate. Great, we opened the gate. Let's head on down the trail. Look at all these coins! Picking up silver coins earns us new outfits back at the stable dressing room. What a pretty river! You're such a good horse. Look, there's a foal in that field. Press the X button to open the gate. This foal is so cute! A foal is a baby horse. Don't be afraid. Hi, Teresa. I found a foal on the trail. Look, a chest! To look inside a chest, we need to stand in front of it and press the X button to open it. Look, a clothing bonus! This unlocks an outfit at the stables. Look, there's a porcupine. We should stay out of its way. We need to time our run past the porcupine. Don't let the porcupine touch us. Giddy up! That's great! We jumped over the broken bridge! Now that we've learned how to jump over things, we'll be able to explore the rest of this trail. This forest is so beautiful. Giddy up! Look, there's a skunk over by that key. We're going to have to get the key to open the gate. To stop the skunk squirting us, we can distract him by feeding him an apple. Move over an apple to pick it up. Great, we now have an apple. Press the triangle button to get off the horse. Press the X button to feed the skunk. Great, we fed the skunk. The skunk will eat for a few seconds, allowing us time to get the key. Great job, we've got the key. Now we can unlock the gate and continue onwards. Remember, as long as you've collected some apples, you'll be able to feed some animals by pressing the X button to drop the apple when an animal is nearby. We can duck to get under low objects like trees. What a pretty lake! Giddy up! Oops! We want to avoid objects on the path when we're running, or we'll lose trust from the friendship meter. There you go, girl. Let's walk the foal to a safe point. There you go, girl. Let's walk the foal to a safe point. Don't be afraid. Here you go. We should get this foal to a safe point. Hi, Christy. I just rescued a foal. Can you come pick it up? It's at a safe point. Giddy up! You're a good girl. Let's go! This foal is scared of the nearby skunk. We need to feed the skunk an apple so it'll ignore us. We have an apple already, so we can feed the skunk with that. Remember, press the X button when we're close to the skunk to feed it an apple. Good job! We fed the skunk. Now we can lead the nervous foal to the safe point. Don't be afraid. Teresa, I rescued another foal on the trail. Can you come get her? We need to be in front of the chest to open it. Yeah! Our horse... The timer has started! Let's find all the other clocks in the area. Giddy up! Giddy up! Giddy up! Let's go! We beat the clock challenge and won a new ribbon! You're getting dusty, girl. We'd better clean you up. Giddy up! Let's go. Yeah! Giddy up! Giddy up! This leads up into the mountains. Don't be afraid. Teresa, Barbie here. I found another foal. Can you send someone for her? Look up on that high cliff! There's one of the missing foals! Maybe we can climb up that ladder to rescue it. Let's move toward the ladder, and when we get to the right spot, we'll start climbing. Move the left analog stick forward to climb up the ladder. Okay, we're almost at the top. The foal must be close by. There's the foal! We found it! Here you go. We should get this foal to a safe point. Hi, Teresa. I found the last of the missing foals on this trail. You're a good girl. All right, our horse has got plenty of carrots and our friendship meter is full again. Let's ride. What a beautiful waterfall. Our horse doesn't like to cross narrow paths. We'd better lead her across. To lead the horse, get off and walk to the horse's head. Press the square button to grab the reins. That's a good horse. Good. Now grab the reins by pressing the square button. That's it. Let's continue on the path and our horse will follow us. The square button to let go of the reins. Walk to the horse's saddle and press the triangle button to get back on. Giddy up! Look, it's the first of the missing horses. We need to get close to try and lasso it. When we're close enough to the horse we are trying to lasso, a meter will come up on the right of the screen. When it fills to the top and flashes, press the X button to use the lasso and rescue the horse. Great job! We're getting close to the horse! Almost there. Get ready to press the X button to lasso the horse. Let's go! Let's go! Let's try to catch the horse. We need to be close to the horse to use the lasso. Press the X button to throw the lasso. Great job! We've rescued one of the horses. Hi, Christy. I've just rescued a horse. Can you come pick it up and take it back to the riding school?